Welcome to episode number 750 of Making Waves at Sea Level. This is the podcast that I started as Cool Things Entrepreneurs Do back in 2014, and it has been quite the journey. Right now, we've shifted a little bit, and we're doing these short episodes where we're just talking about one little tip for the day. And today's tip in episode 750 is going to be about making friends in business. You know, there's a lot of talk about how your network is your net worth. And as a professional speaker going into companies and associations, I have been giving presentations for nearly 15 years about the power of human connections. I call this having uncommon connections because we can have a ton of likes, links, shares, and follows. However, if you don't have a core group of people, and for most people, this is going to be a small number, 6 people would be a lot. For some, 12 people. But I don't see very many people who have more than a dozen people that are what I would call an uncommon connection. We all have lots of people who we follow on social media. We have people whose paths we've crossed. We have former coworkers who we might like, but we don't think about them. We don't think of how can we help them. And they don't do the same in return. An uncommon connection is really a business friendship. It's somebody who you know in your professional world who has your back. They think about you, they refer you, and you do the same thing for them. Because the definition of networking is the creation of long-term and mutually beneficial relationships between 2 or more people where everyone involved in that relationship finds more success because of it than they would without it. But the thing that so many people forget, especially when they're busy and they're trying to grow their career, is that is the creation of long-term and mutually beneficial relationships, which means you have to have your eyes peeled for how do you help these other people, and you have to do it. I counsel people all the time. I say, when is the last time that you made a recommendation to somebody that got them a job or got them a new client or somehow totally positively impacted their career? If you can't remember the last time you did that where somebody made money or got a new opportunity, then why in the world would you ever expect anybody would be there to help you? But as we get older, and I'm getting up there, I'm in my mid-50s. As we get older, it's harder to make friends. Let's face it, when you're younger, you're in school, you're changing classes in middle school and high school, you're seeing people in the hallways, you're playing sports with people, you're in some sort of a club or a choir or a band with people, and you're constantly being exposed to new people because every semester you have new classes. Go to college, same thing. All the freshmen live in the freshman dorm at college. So you're meeting all kinds of people you share something in common with, because friendships are formed through shared experiences. And there's no 2 ways to get around that. You can't just click your way to actual friendships. You have to share experiences with people. And there are ways to do that in a virtual online world. But the best way to do it is to be in the same place and share an experience and talk and share and help and understand who they are at a personal level. Look them in the eye and get to know, how do you feel about this person? How do they feel about you? And if there's a connection, talking to them again, getting together a month later. Meeting someone once does not make them part of your network. Meeting someone once makes them someone you have met once. There is a huge difference between someone you've met once and someone who you have cultivated or are cultivating those long-term and mutually beneficial relationships. So it gets harder as we get older because we're no longer constantly around new people. We get caught in our ways. We have family commitments. We have business commitments. And I talk to people all the time who say, I don't really have that many friends socially or in my business world. In fact, 15% of men and 10% of women admit to not really having a close friend. However, when you can have close friendships that are connected to your career, that's where the opportunities are going to come from. I recently spent some time with somebody who is going through a change in his life. He's decided not to drink anymore. And he was kind of a party guy, both socially and in business. And what he's found is some of his friends don't know what to do with him because he's not the guy who's the life of the party. So he has to find a new way to go make friends. He needs to start over, if you will. But we can make friends at any age. You know, my dad, he lived to be 99 years old. He was 70 when he was widowed. And we thought, wow, he's going to have a really rough time. But he got involved. He started playing bridge. He belonged to the senior men's club. He would go bowling. He would go to the racetrack, and he would share experiences with people who liked the same things. And over time, he made a lot of new friends. And he was pretty young and active up into his early 90s. And so even in his 80s, he had new friends. And you'd be like, Dad, how did you make new friends? And the way he did it is he participated. He was nice to them. He took an interest in them, etc. So the purpose of this episode 750, is to think about, what are you doing to help create real friendships in your career? Are you trying to help your employees if you're running a company or you're running a department? Are you trying to help them build relationships? We need to get back to this idea that it's not just, oh, we're connected on LinkedIn, but it's where, hey, I know them. I know the name of their kids. I like them, and I want to see them succeed almost as much as I want to see myself succeed. I'm going through the same thing. I am working hard now to try and meet new people in Austin who I can have like fun with, who I can go do interesting things with. And it's not easy because other people are always a little gun shy about new people, because over a lifetime, people have been burned. People don't know, what they have to offer a situation. And everyone you meet has their own stuff going on. A lot of people don't tell you about it, but a lot of people are struggling with some aspect of life. When you can get them to open up about what are the problems they're struggling with, then you find out that they're just like me. They're struggling too. So the purpose of this episode is really to get you thinking about, how can I create new business friendships? Like I said, an uncommon connection, you can only have somewhere between 6 and 12 of them. However, and you can't add them all at once. You can't go build 12 friendships in the next 3 months. However, what if you added 2 real good connections who could become real good friends every year? Think about the next 12 months. What are you doing in business to try and connect with people? And how are you going out there trying to make sure that as you're connecting, you're helping them succeed? Don't keep score. Just try to help other people. The more people you help, the more people are going to want to be in your orbit. So go out there and try to serve somebody. Ask the question, what's your biggest challenge? How can I help you? Some people won't know, but some people have an answer. If somebody asked me, what is my biggest challenge? I could tell them and I could ask them for help. Now, most of those people never follow through. But if somebody does, they're on my radar screen and they are going to get my attention. If somebody helps me, I am going to go out of my way to help them. So change up how you look at the people who you meet in a business situation, and really look at who in this world of my business would make a great friend, and then go be a great friend to them. All right. Thank you for tuning in to episode 750 of Making Waves at Sea Level. I'm trying to do this twice a week, promising I'm going to do it once a week with these short episodes. So we'll see you back in a couple of days for the next episode.